Hi guys, it's Min and welcome back to Korean class. 안녕. Hi guys, it's Min and welcome back to the series Learn Korean with Min. A lot of you guys said that you're enjoying this series, so thanks a lot. And here I'm back with the chapter 4 today. In this chapter, we keep talking about the verb ida, but this time we're going to see how to speak more politely when you are talking about someone else especially, and how to make questions and how to answer them in 6 different forms. I'll divide this chapter into 2 videos because I have a lot of things to explain. So please go get ready to take some notes, and I highly recommend you to pause the video from time to time and make sure that you're understanding everything clearly. If you're ready, let's get started. The reason why I said that I have to separate this chapter into 2 videos is I have a big thing to explain, and I call it respectful form, or it's also called subject nullification in grammatical term. So yeah, let's have a look at this chart right here. You remember in chapter 2 and 3, I said we have 3 different levels of politeness, and I call them formal, polite, and informal. So these are what you have in the first column of this chart, and they're depending on to whom you're speaking. So who's the listener of your speech, right? And what I put in the second column, which I named respectful form, they agree with the subject of the sentence. So the second column, respectful form, it's all about whom you're speaking of, but not whom you're speaking to. And when the subject of your sentence, the topic of your sentence is higher or older than yourself, you can use this respectful form. And basically it's attached to this letter 시. So formal and respectful form, you gotta say 이십니다. And polite respectful form, we say 이세요 or 세요, depending on consonant and vowel rules. And lastly, informal but respectful form, we say 이셔 or 이니, and again also depending on consonant or vowel. This may sound a little confusing, so I'll show you a couple more examples. When you say you are a student, and imagine that this person that you're talking to is your friend, then you'd use informal tense because he or she is not higher or much older than yourself. So in this case, you don't have to use respectful form. So you just say 너는 학생이야. That's it. But when you want to say teacher Kim, like Mr. Kim is Korean, now you are talking about your teacher who is sort of higher than you. I'm not really talking about the hierarchy or something, it doesn't exist anymore, but it's still someone who you'd like to be respectful, right? So in this case, you can use the respectful form. So you can either say 김 선생님은 한국인이십니다, or 김 선생님은 한국인이세요. Or you could also say 김 선생님은 한국인이셔 if you speak either informally, like to your friend, but you're still talking about this teacher, so you keep this part, respectful part. So to make it clear, you change the ending, the last letter, either 다, 요, or 야, depending on the listener of your sentence, but you keep using this she part, respectful part, because you are talking about the teacher. One more example, you want to say, my sister is a doctor, and you're telling this to your teacher. So in this case, the listener is your teacher, so you should use polite or maybe formal form. But you are not going to use the respectful form in this case because the subject, the topic of this sentence is your sister, who's really close to you, and she's also at the same level as yours. So we're going to use the general form, not respectful form, but we can use polite or formal tense. So you will say, 저희 언니는 의사입니다. Or 저희 언니는 의사예요. So to summarize once again, you keep use these 3 politeness levels that we have seen in chapter 2 and 3 according to the listener of your sentence. And after that, you can choose either general form or respectful form depending on who's the subject/topic of your sentence. And you can only use the respectful form when you are talking about someone who's older or higher than you. And any other subject than this, like your peers, friends, someone younger than you, animals, plants, anything inanimate, and even yourself, you should use general form. I think that's where people get confused the most. So yeah, keep in mind you never use respectful form when you talk about yourself. Okay, that's it for this video. Actually, I saw that in the most of other Korean courses or lectures, books, they deal with this form much later, like in intermediate level. But I think it's really important to know because, we use this a lot in conversation, and when you listen to a native speaker speaking, you may hear the respectful form even more than the general form, especially in questions. So yeah, I personally think it's worth suffering a little bit for now. But once you get used to this, your Korean will get much more natural and fluent. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure that you understood everything clearly because we'll keep using this form in the second part of chapter 4 and later on. You can always leave a comment down below if you have any question and try to make some sentences with what we have learned today. And you can show them to me through the comment or you can DM me through Instagram, Learn Korean with Min. Then I'll go correct them as soon as possible and I'll see you guys in the next video, the second part of chapter 4. So 다음 영상에서 만나요. 안녕히 가세요. 안녕.